welcome to the semi-finals of the Predator Women's Austrian Open. Coming live from the beautiful alpine town of St. Johann in Pongau is the third event of the 2025 Predator Eurotour series. On table 2, firstly welcome Germany's Ina Kaplan. And her opponent from Poland, Katarina Wesolowska. We're on table 1, it's an all-German matchup featuring Angelina and her opponent this afternoon, Pia Villa. It's a race to 9 racks. Ladies, please back for the break.
Introducing the players, it is the final day here at the Predator Austrian Open. We're coming to you live from the hotel ALPINA Alpendorf in St. Johann in Pongau. It is the time for the semi-finals. We are focusing on Angelina up against Pia Villa. It's a race to 9, alternate break, 2 breaks each. I'm Mark White, and joining me in the booth for this semi-final is the Geordie genius. It's Graham Hickman. Hello, Graham.
Introduction. Yeah, this one is going to be super interesting because Angelina, it's her first year on this women's Eurotour, and she's up against a very experienced Pia Villa. So we haven't seen much of Angelina yet, but this is her best result to date. Should be interesting.
Well, I'm not seeing anything at the moment. My screen has just gone blank. So you're on your own, Graham, until I figure out what's going on. There we go. We're back just in time. It will be Pia Villa after winning the leg. Breaking off a slight favourite, I think you have to say, Graham, in this one. First year on the tour, as you said, for Angelina, and I just saw the same interview you were talking about. She said she's very, very nervous even when she's in front. So maybe that could play a significant part in this match. We're playing the 3-point rule, of course, guys. It's a point for every ball down and a point for every ball past the head string. You must make a total of 3. If you do, you're good to go. And Pia here with a very good look at the one, Graham.
Yeah, you hit it on the head there, Mark. Of course, she for those who didn't see the interview, you can see that on Facebook. Pro Billiard Predator had shared the interview. She did say she's been very nervous, and she also played Pia, Mark, in the, I think it was the winners round 1 already in this event, and she lost to Pia 7-3, but then she battled her way through the losers round to get a rematch opportunity. So it'll be interesting to see how this fares. First time in the Final Four. Of course, Pia has been here some time, and she's trying to win her first Eurotour of this series, because Yasmin Ocean has been putting a stop to that, winning the first 2. But I do know that Pia Villa had back-to-back Eurotour finals, so Tour Stop 2 and 3, Mark, and also she's back-to-back Austrian Open final going for. She made the final last year, and she's trying to get back in the final again, so very consistent from Pia as ever.
Yeah, I think she's improved no end this year. She really, really has, and you know, it's testament to all the hard work that I know she's been putting in with her husband as well. They are 2 devoted pool players, and both of them playing some of the best pool of their careers, in my opinion. Good start this from Pia. Just a little bit awkward here, Graham. Can she run the cue ball past the 7 here? Past the 9, sorry, for the 7?
Yeah, I think she can. She might be able to play it in such a way, possibly play the 7 in the same pocket as the 5 and run to the right side of the table, maybe, unless she pinches the pocket and go up. She's tried to pinch it, but I don't know if she's there. How's the pace, Mark? Wow,
It's
just made
pretty
it.
good, Graham. It's pretty good.
Just made it. Yeah, I commentated on Pia Filla's quarter-final match, and she was very good off the break. She started off that match flying, running the 2 first racks. She had a little bit of a wobble in the middle, but then she finished off extremely strong, showing her dominance at the moment in the women's game. Very, very good indeed. I believe she was in the US for a tournament just before this one as well, Mark. Is it the Soaring Eagles? I know you know the states better than me. She was runner-up in that.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, WPBA event. Soaring Eagle, you're correct. Strongest field ever gathered, I'm told. And as we rightly said, Pia reaching the final, losing out to Wei Tu Chen in that final.
Just done this under the 9 for a perfect start, really. Very similar to her quarter-final match. She does seem to have the break pretty down, Mark. She's catching that one ball in the side and the wing ball in good frequency. Just the start she needs.
In with the 2-break format, of course, winning the lag is huge in a race to 9 because you get 4 of the first 6 breaks. As we saw, or as I saw in the quarter-final that I commentated on between Jasmine Ocean and Katarzyna Wawrowska, Jasmine, well, was all over the place in the first few racks. She had a chance to break and run the first, missed a relatively straightforward 7-ball, and from then on found herself 4-0 down and 5-1, 7-4, and just couldn't recover. So it's so important to get off to a good start, you know, both score-wise but mentally as well. And there's the old saying that you never settle until you get a rack, and the longer it does take you to get a rack, the longer it takes you to settle, of course. So perfect start from Pia with a break and run. She'll be looking to do the same with the second of her 2 breaks. Let's see if she can.
Well, legal break this one, I think, Mark.
Yeah, it's not going to be legal, is it, Graham? Not enough points scored. Caught them all wrong. So a chance for us to have a first look at Angelina Lubinaz, university student from Germany. 3 Germans actually in the semi-finals. So we're guaranteed at least 1 in the final from this table. Katarzyna will be looking to make sure it's not an all-German affair.
Yeah, absolutely. And we will have a new Austrian Open champion as well, Mark, because the champion, Veronika Ivanovskaya from Germany, went out early doors. Funny enough, Pia also played her and beat her in the first round. And she went 2-0, so she was hoping to retain her title. It went out very early. Tough draw, I guess, having Pia in the first round, but there's a lot of good, talented female players in this draw for sure.
She's recently married, of course, and a baby either on the way or already here by now, I'm not sure. So maybe other things on Veronika's mind at the moment. And talking of mothers, it's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to everyone around the world. I know you're a father as well, Graham. I'm sure you got your breakfast in bed this morning.
Certainly did. Followed by jobs and chores to follow throughout the day. It's normally the way forward. But at least I get a bit of a break to commentate on some good pool matches before that. And she's been forced into a combo here. He's got to make this, Mark. And it's not a bad angle because she will have to play this a little bit slow pace just to make it, but also to keep that cue ball on the left side of the table so she can shoot the 4 in the bottom right. That's how I would see this one, Mark.
It's a very nice pink glove she's wearing, and she's on the pink 4 trying to make the black 8 and didn't make it. And it's those opportunities you feel, Graham, you know, especially off that illegal break from Pia there, it's the kind of opportunity she's got to try and capitalise on if she's going to have any chance, I believe, in this semi-final.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a... Yeah, I'm not sure. She was just maybe trying to make the 8 ball and hoping for a bit of fortune on the 4 there. Playing it at that kind of pace. Sometimes the angle can be different when you're in the arena versus to what we might think it looks like. But this is a bit of a tricky one. She doesn't have the best angle on this 4. I don't know if she can go 2 rails to get back to the right side of the 8. She might have to come below this, potentially, if she hasn't got the angle, or she can make it. Yeah, she tried to force it by... She tried to fat it in, Mark.
Yeah, missed it by quite some distance. 4 went the pot for the sake of the position there, unfortunately. Got one part of it right, but missed the most important part. As you say, caught it very thick. So second bite of the cherry for Angelina.
Yeah, it's probably a big moment for Angelina. You mentioned it earlier, Mark. The nerves. There's got to be some. She's already openly said that she's... Oh, what a great shot she's played here, though, Mark. Fantastic.
Well, that will settle the nerves. That's got to settle the nerves, Graham. What a great shot that is, playing with high inside English, spinning it around the 2 rails, finishing very nicely on the 5 ball.
Yeah, I was just saying, with it being her first semi-final, I could have sworn we commentated on a match of hers in one of the previous Eurotours this year. She's had a couple of last 32s in Italy and Estonia, so she has progressed somewhat in the Eurotours, even though it's her first event. She will be a bit nervous.
Yeah, you are correct, we did, because I remember coming up with a punchline which I'm hoping to use at some point during this commentary regarding her name. So I believe it was the European Championships.
Yeah,
So
the Euro
wait for the pun.
Yeah, she had a couple of last 16s and last 32 in the Euro Champs. So she is progressing pretty well for a first timer, if you can put it like that. But being in the centre stage and a big semi-final and a chance to a final, it'll be really interesting to see how she holds up if she is a bit nervous. That's a great shot. She can definitely pot, Mark.
Yeah, it doesn't play as much as a lot of the other women, but she's certainly got a lot of talent, hasn't she?
Yeah, I would think she'll be full of confidence as well in her interview. I'm not sure if you picked it up, Mark, but she is now part of the German selection team. So that tells me that she has got some good talent and she's been recognised for that. I think financially it's always been a challenge for a lot of these players to travel and play these events, but if that's supporting her to get into some of these events, then fair play. I'm sure Pierre must know who she is as well.
Yeah, I did see that, and I thought it's a great thing that the Germans do with their team members. There's the miss on that 4 again from Pia, and it did cost her. It was a good chance really to go 2-0 up on her break, but we're level at 1-1 and also level at 1-1 Ina Kaplan and Katarzyna Wesolowska. Same score line. So here we go with the first break from Angelina. Let's see what she's like on the break. We all know she can pot and play position. You need a good break as well. Oh, a little bit timid, I thought there.
Yeah, it's not going to work. The breaking that soft, you're hoping on wing ball and 1 ball. If she breaks like that for this match, she's going to find herself in a lot of trouble. Maybe it's just because it's the first break, Mark, but that was very, very soft.
Well, Pia, after a very impressive opening break and run, she's looked just a little bit edgy. After that, giving herself a little bit of talking to. Do you lip read German, Graham? That's my question to you.
Oh, my German lip reading days are way beyond me. But I can tell you that she's going to be in trouble behind this 8. That's what I can tell you after this shot. Pretty good.
Yeah, glued to the 8. Seeing if she can get to that part of the rail that she needs to. She's decided that she can. So the one rail escape, she'll be looking to make this one ball kind of medium pace. Wow, look at that. They say if you hit the ball, there's chances of something happening, and something has happened. She's got a nice roll there.
Yeah, and it's going to have to be, I think, a kick from the bottom rail into the 1. If you can catch the 1 ball in the right way, she might be able to push it up towards that red 3 ball. I mean, it depends how hard she plays it. If she hits the 1 into the 9 could get moving. It might go towards the centre pocket. See how hard she plays it. Well, nearly. Second prize.
I think we might see the jump cue this time. Graham, the air rush will be coming out. Pia, predator player, of course. So that will be the air rush, the white. A little hop over the 4. Hoping to make the 1. Well, she's had a little bit of luck back as well. Touché. That's the extent of my French.
Yeah, I think, I wonder if she can get the smallest of edges on this 1 ball. It'd be great if she could, because then she can just flick off the 1 and run the cue ball up the table. If not, it'll be a 2 rail kick. Extension called, I think. Yeah, there's a shot clock in order. Players have 35 seconds with a 25-second extension, should they want to use it. And after the break, they have a 60-second shot clock. It's normally the way forward. Yeah, she's going to kick it, Mark.
Eyes flicking from the part of the cushion she wants to hit, and the cue ball. Are you an eyes on the object ball or eyes on the cue ball, Graham, when you strike?
Yeah, it's a good one. I think I've evolved over the years. I feel like sometimes, because I'm a bit older now, the longer shots, I focus more on the cue ball, just because my eyes may be not so good at the distance. But when I'm pretty close, it's more object ball. It's interesting to hear everyone's different opinions. That's a good shot. How's she look?
Not so good. Yeah, they did a survey of the top 16 players, men players in the world, and 9 of them actually looked at the object ball, 7 at the cue ball, so not really much between them. So it's no right or wrong, it's just personal preference. A lot of people don't even know. When they're in the zone, they're just playing the game. It's all just happening without any kind of forethought. Just concentrating on getting the ball down. And that's a good shot. Now, is she a jumper? We've seen her kick in, and she's looking at the kick again here, Graham, to the right hand long rail.
Yeah, it's not a bad option. Of course, the jump is on, but if she does make the 2, the 3 ball's not in a favourable position, so don't mind the kick here. If she catches the bottom side of the 2. Oh, she got the pace though. That was a good kick, just far too soft. Right idea. She just needed probably a medium stroke on that one to get the 2 further down. Maybe not a sellout though.
I think it's just going to be a safety from Pia here. No heroics, I don't think. Any thoughts about making it in the side pocket. Get the cue ball over by that 8 ball. Or maybe just behind the 4 ball. Oh, she's come the other way. Not sure about that, Graham. I wonder why she didn't go the other way. There must be a reason.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of, Mark, is the shot you thought of, which was also an option. Maybe the way she had to play the 2 might have pushed it towards the middle pocket, which could have hit the point or something like that. Whereas the other way kind of takes that out of the equation.
Yeah, good point. Can send the 2 straight back down the table by the 5, but she's digging down. I think she's having a go at this, Graham. She's going for this. Man, what a shot.
Not messing about. Great pot. A little bit unlucky not to get further over the side, and she's looking at this 3 ball in all out attack mode. Why not?
And she beat Yvette Penella in one of the earlier rounds. Melanie Stuttenguth as well, fellow German. Also Lena Primus in a hill battle, Graham, yesterday. So she's not scared of the big names. A couple of good victims there.
Yeah, and those hill matches will give you a little bit of confidence. I'm sure she had another hill match a little bit further on as well, so it's going to get those war scars in these kind of events. You always need a little bit of luck in some matches. But that 3 ball that she missed there was quite a way off. So Pia now with a pretty good chance to take a 2-1 lead, and these are the kind of clearances, Mark, that she was doing in her quarter-final match. Very consistent, judging her angles. As you see, she's quite methodical, picks her spot, sticks with it.
First time I ever met Pia was in Las Vegas in 2021. She was there for Predator Pro Billiard Series Women's Open in Vegas, and I can tell you something as well. She was playing a lot in Griff's, the famous pool room in Vegas, and she was taking on all the guys as well for some challenge matches and winning quite a lot of them. She's never been scared to play the better players. She indeed played in the men's open here earlier in the week.
Yeah, it's all one big learning curve. She's been growing and growing over these last few years, and like you say, if that was way back in a few years ago, I would say that probably last 12 months she's been on a bit of a wave. She had a fantastic European Championships, winning 3 medals. 2 of those were golds, Mark, if you remember. She was very in good form.
Yeah, straight pull, and big straight pull player. Plays it a lot with husband Joshua. I know she's run 100 balls already, so she's pretty good in that department. She had some good wins as well over Bojana Sarac. Also Simone Kunzel.
Yeah, lost the cue ball a little bit on the 7 there, but a nice bump on the 9 gave her pretty nice position on the 8 and pushed that 9 ball towards the centre pocket. So a nice easy tap in for a 2-1 lead now. Well, curious to see what this break looks like now from Angelina, because she's going to have to definitely hit them a bit harder for me, otherwise she will be running into a lot of illegal breaks. But I'm sure it's probably just bit nerves in her first break. She must have been breaking half decent to get this far in the tournament.
Yeah, quite a long way off with that one ball, wasn't she? But she did get another chance at it. Great 2-ball there, but missed on the 3-ball. And talking of 3, in a Kaplan, 3-1 up against Katarzyna Veselowska. Now, I don't know whether you remember, Graham, and I'm going to tell you again, and I shall keep telling you, probably. In a Kaplan was my pick to win the women's, or to go very, very deep, and Mario He for the men's, but I checked out on Mario He last night, of course getting beaten by the eventual winner, Mieszko Fortunski, and it was great to see Mieszko back on the winner's rostrum once again after kind of a few years sorting himself out, a couple of years sorting himself out rather, and you know, getting his life in order. And I'm so pleased for the guy, such a really nice guy, Mieszko, and it was good to see him get the win, and still searching for that first ever Eurotour win, believe it or not. His good friend and fellow Pole, Wojtek Szewczyk. Well, that's some positional shot, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure if she played on the 2 that way. I think she tried to come to the left side of the 2. She just caught the 1 a little bit thick.
She could play this off the... sorry, I was just going to say she could have made this off the 8, but she didn't even look at it. She's looking at the safety behind the 8. Go ahead, Graham.
Yeah, she'll probably just try and tie her up. I was just saying, you mentioned, yeah, Ina, good call. Of course, she's very dangerous. And Mario, yeah, yesterday he played super well. I commentated on the final with Fortunski and Szewczyk. It was a super interesting final. And Fortunski just a little bit too strong there. Too many mistakes from Szewczyk, I think. What cost him. But I was just wanted to go back to Angelina's break there. Again, it was a very soft one and another illegal break. And she's fouled there, ball in hand. I think Pia will be very happy if the break from Angelina continues that way, because she's not really getting any balls in either.
Yeah, and with the 2 break format, it makes it even worse for her, doesn't it, Graham? Because if Pia can pick up one or both of the racks off of her opponent's break, she's just going to forge ahead, especially if she keeps the break going. Although she has had 1 dry break and 1 illegal break, hasn't she? Already, Pia, so neither breaking perfectly just yet. First one was pretty good.
Yeah, I think Pia will fix that though. Like I say, in her quarter-final match, she broke very well. She does seem to find balls and hit them hard enough. I think she's going for another safety here, because she's very difficult to get on that 3-ball. So she's going to try and put... Oh, that's a poor shot. That's a very poor shot from Pia there.
She would have been expecting more than that. I think she should have concentrated on getting one or the other. She's gone for both of them. And I think she should have just played the cue ball in behind them and forgot about the 2-ball, to be honest. And if she can see this, it's... Well, the only good thing that's happened there is the 4-ball's gone awkward, hasn't it, with the 7.
I think she tried to pot that, you know, Mark. I think she tried to bend it and pot the 2. I think it might have been better to play a thin edge there and try and take a bit more control of the rack. But no harm done. She will be possibly in a hook down the bottom of the table here if Pia can judge it. How's the pace? Looks good.
In a Kaplan, 4-1 up now, going great guns.
think that 4 and 7 is going to play a part in this. Also the 5 mark. Oh, she's potted it. Wow.
Wow.
How about that?
What a kick that is. What a kick. Now, has she got any type of angle on this 3 to make it and nudge into the 4-7? May go in the top left pocket.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, Mark. Looking from that angle, it gives us a bit of an indication. It could go in the top left. And she does have angle to maybe force it round. She might have to play a bit of a shot here, though. Oh, the 8 ball's big.
Oh dear. Yeah, didn't pot the 4 ball clean. She caught it a little bit thick ground, which took some of the pace out of the out of the cue ball. So now has a tough little kick here. We'll be trying to catch the top side of it as we look. Or either or, catch it thin to get some separation. Always difficult to judge when you're so close to it. Well, she has got distance, Graham.
Yeah, it's not a bad result. The 4 ball is potable. Just wondering if that 9 will come into play. Should Pia Filler want to go for the cut on the 4? Maybe she can just avoid it, not sure. She could play it with a little bit of pace. Go to the left side of the table, back across. She could even play into the 9, but yeah, she might be able to avoid it. No, she couldn't. So, tough shot now. She wants to take this on. She does have a kind of a natural angle mark to get on the 6, but boy, this is tough.
I think she's got to take it on, Graham, to be honest. As you say, nothing to do with the cue ball, just concentrate on making the ball, keep your head still, stroke it down the rail, and you're going to have a shot at the 6. So this is a chance. Yeah, caught it bad, caught it thin. Got away with it again though.
Yeah,
what do you like here, Graham?
Yeah, the bank is possibly on, but she's running away from the 6, so you might have to try and find a bit of cover from somewhere. Maybe thin edge on the 5 and go behind the 6 ball could be an option. Bit hard maybe. Good effort. It's tough from there to control that. You only have 1 ball to hide behind, so a little bit tough. She has left an angle. The question is, has she left enough where Pia can just push the 5 past the 7 ball and roll up to the 7? Maybe.
Yeah, that's the shot. Just a little bit short. Would have been nice to get that cue ball a little bit tighter to the brown 7. You know, anything can happen. We saw on that 2 ball that she kicked in. Okay, if she kicks this in, she's not going to be on the 6 ball. There's the Predator bridge, the golden one, to celebrate the 30 years of producing great products from Predator out of Jacksonville in Florida. And talking of Jacksonville in Florida, that's going to be the last stop of the season for the players this year. From the 16th to the 21st of December, we're going to have the Women's World 9-Ball Championships and the Men's 10-Ball Open. That's in Jacksonville, Florida, this coming December. And more stuff to come, which I'll tell you about throughout this match as well.
There was a nice angle there. The way that Angelina had left that cue ball and 5 ball was very inviting to go down table, and this is probably the first miss that Pia's had that's left an easy opener for Angelina, I would say, Mark, and good chance to pick one up here.
Yeah, I didn't really like the stroke there from Pia. I thought she had a little bit of a snatch at it, maybe because she was a little bit close to the 5 ball and trying to get some pace in the cue ball. The stroke just didn't look as sweet and pure as it normally does. She's just not there 100% at the moment, Pia. And neither is Angelina, but it was a great chance for Pia to get that 2-rack lead, you know. Could be going level again.
Yeah, Pia has a couple of breaks coming up after this. Maybe that'll help settle her down. She'd love to get a break and run. But yeah, a little bit of a scrappy frame this one. Bit of safety play, some pretty okay kick shots. But it is Angelina who gets the chance to win the rack. Just what she needs really to stay with Pia at the moment, hoping to get a few more chances. For me, it's all going to come down to Pia's break, because if she starts to break like she did previously in her earlier match, yeah, it's going to be very tough for Angelina. Be interesting to see what comes on these 2 breaks.
There you see Katarzyna at the table on the 9 ball in her match. This will win her a rack back to trail in a Kaplan by 4-2 if this 9 ball goes in. Oh, we just didn't see it. I think it was on its way. I think it's 4-2 now. There's that kick on the 2. And that miss on the 5 ball, which ultimately cost Pia that rack. Our referee is happy with the rack. Pia now then for the first of her 2 breaks in this innings. Well, how is that?
Illegal.
How's that 7 not gone in? But it would have been illegal still anyway, I believe.
Yeah,
she
feels like the balls are not, maybe she's not catching them how she wants, because they're not coming up table as much as they have done in the previous breaking sessions. But great chance for Angelina here.
Well,
Take
just
control of this.
A little bit of food for thought for you, Graham. In the quarterfinals they were racking the balls themselves, and in the semis they're not. And just somebody else racking, I'm not saying anything, you know, untoward or anything, I'm just saying that when somebody else is racking the balls, you know, maybe they just spread a little bit differently. I don't know. The table is tapped, so it should be pretty consistent, but he did spend rather a long time looking at them balls, trying to get them tight. Just saying. What a miss that is from... I think she had to swerve it, didn't she, Graham, slightly?
Yeah, she did, but it wasn't a high difficulty one. I think she just didn't hit it soft enough to let the swerve kind of kick in. It was more of a direct contact as opposed to a bend. Just needs a little bit less pace, and I have to say that's a missed opportunity, Mark, because I don't anticipate Pia to have that many illegal breaks, but hey, look, I could be wrong. I think, especially in this semi-final, you need to punish as much as possible.
It was her second one. As you say, though, not punished. Chance here. Oh, didn't want that. Was trying to miss the 5 ball. She's just not quite on it at the moment, is she, Graham?
No, she's not. And this could work in the favour of Angelina, because yeah, so long as she just sticks with her and grinds, maybe don't go too crazy, and chances might come her way. She has a chance in this match for sure. Of course, everybody has a fighting chance. We all know how good Pia can play. It's pretty good safety, but jump shot could be coming here. You were asking,
yeah, no hesitation.
Can she jump? Have a look.
I wonder if she's a dart. She's kind of a darts jumper, or does she go the conventional way? Let's see. Looks like it's going to be conventional. Now up on the haunches. Oh, the whole arm moved there. That wasn't a good technique, guys. I was keeping my eye on the backhand, and the whole arm dropped on the way through, Graham.
Yeah, good observation. She actually also lifted the cue up as she hit contact with the ball. Instead of pushing it through, it kind of came up. She still got over the ball.
She had no option other than to bring the cue up, because the whole elbow dropped, the whole arm dropped, so the cue has to come up. Maybe something for Pia to think about on a future push shot or a hook. You know, maybe leave her a jump. She doesn't look comfortable jumping to me. I know it's the first one, but the technique didn't look great for the jump.
She might be a bit of a strange angle here. I wonder if it's kind of coming towards the 9 a little bit. Yeah, so she doesn't want to punch it round. She might want to play this with top and a little bit of right hand spin to come up inside the 9. Yeah, she's lost the cue ball though. It's kind of an in-between.
Didn't get as much spin, did she, Graham, as she wanted to get on it? You needed more right than that to kind of check it a little bit off the rail as well as tease the cue ball over towards the left hand side of the table. So this is, oh, it's a tester if she goes for it.
Yeah, it was just the pace that she had to play.
Brilliant.
5 ball. It's a good 7 ball though. She is on this 8. It's thin, but it's a good pot.
Oh, this isn't potable, is it? Is it?
Yeah, but that cue ball is coming back to the tip of that cue very, very fast. Just to change their mind. Going for the save. Put the cue ball on the right side of the table next to the middle diamond.
Yeah, good recovery. Terrific pot though on the 6 ball. Fabulous. Well, she has got an edge here, Graham, so it's the safety shot is a little bit easier here. Can put it in the middle of the short rail. Oh, that's gone wrong. It's gone near the pocket. I'm sure she didn't play that. Called it way too thick.
Yeah, I thought it was going to go in there, you know, mark a little extra roll. One more roll, that was in. But she stuck it up over the corner. These can be a little bit tricky to control. Let the spin just take it to the left side. How's the pace? Oh, that's pretty good. Get a little bounce.
I'd love it to bounce off the rail. This is okay. So another scrappy rack. But it still gives you 1 point as much as a break and run does. It doesn't matter how you win them, just win them, especially at this stage. And it goes, very important rack, that 3-2. Now then, she has to sort this next break out. She has had 2 illegals.
Yeah, I think that's 4 illegal breaks in total so far, Mark. 2 of the ones from Angelina.
I'd like to see that jump shot from behind again, because it really did show without being cruel. Look, you see that? The whole arm dropped down. And then this one she just caught all wrong, caught it way too thick. Was trying to put that in the middle of that bottom rail there, and from there she knew Pia wasn't missing from there.
As you change sides, Mark, breaking from the other side of the table here, trying to change it up, which is good. If you keep doing the same stuff, you might get the same result. So trying from the right side, gets that one in the side. There you go. This is
straight away.
More like.
Yeah, of course, different tables played differently, so full marks there for switching it up, as you said, trying something different. There's a saying, only crazy people carry on doing the same thing and expect a different result.
That was a mile away. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't an easy pot, but I thought Pia might have got a bit closer there. She missed that by some distance. She was trying to hold for the 3 in the top right corner, of course. Didn't want to run too far past the 9. Leaves a bit of a tester here. If Angelina can dig down and kind of play a stop shot, I think it goes in the bottom left, Mark.
Yeah, it certainly does. Oh, she's way out on that as well. And she's not going to get away with it. Now, Pia with a chance in the cap plan, and 5-2 up now in the semi-final. Remember, coming up for you at 3:30 local time this afternoon. Eric Hallofson and myself will be in the booth for that one. Graham can have the rest of Father's Day off. More chores, Graham. Go and cut the grass or something.
Yeah, Angelina was quite a way out on that 2 ball. Pia will be very happy to come back to the table so quickly. It's a bit of a shot here just to avoid the 7. I think she can. Maybe she might have to play off it and draw back up table. Oh, she could. That's okay. Try and bring this cue ball down to the centre of the table. Somewhere to the left of the 7 ball will be fine. To take the 5 in the top left, and that 6 ball is over the corner mark. So this is probably the key shot right here. Get a good shot on this 5.
The 6th round. So it will be Angelina breaking next. She'll have 2 breaks, of course, her own problems with the break. She's out. Oh, she's overhit this by some distance, Pia. Can still draw it to the side rail though, Graham. Back to the centre. Don't worry too close to the 6. It's nicely over this bottom left hand corner, so it'll be okay.
This is a tester. There's a cue ball. Flick off the 6 maybe. Nope. Little bounce off the bottom rail. That was an excellent shot. Perfect angle now, just to drift this up.
Shot of the match so far for me, Graham.
Cued that very well. Basically landed ball in hand on this 6 ball, just floated up. Should love to be a little bit higher there though. I'm not sure she might want to take this 8 in the side. It can be a little bit tight on those angles. She's having a look. If she does play to the side, she'll have to be perfect on the cue ball. So let's see if she wants to go up above the 8 ball. Yeah, she's choosing to play it in the bottom left, I think, but this might be okay. She can possibly play it one rail maybe. If she's perfectly straight, that's a bit unfortunate. She might be able to just top spin this forward off one rail. Well, she couldn't. She was absolutely straight as a dart. It's a bit unfortunate to land that way at such a tight angle. It just makes this 9 ball a little bit more pressure. Oh, nicely done. That was a very good run out. That 5 ball was exceptional. Chance there at the beginning, which she missed the 2 ball. Angelina had a chance on the 2 ball, but missed by some distance. But it did dress up quite nice for Pia. Pia just checking the cushion there, thinking she might have got a bit of a bounce, but tables have been playing super nice. It is rather warm in Austria. We did hear some of the players talking about the humidity. Whenever you're playing in a very humid conditions, tables can play a little bit different. Weather does play a role in how things move around the table, unfortunately, but it's not unfamiliar territory for the players once they get used to it. So a couple of breaks coming for Angelina here. Really needs to try and put a bit more power in these breaks.
Well, making the one in the side, but still no real power, and it's costing her a lot. Just no real power in it, was there, Graham?
Yeah, I don't understand, Mark. I mean, she did get the 1 ball and the wing ball, and a ball did travel up table, so if that did cross the head string, then it wouldn't have been an illegal break. But I just think at that kind of pace, do you not feel like you're asking for problems, Mark? It's extremely soft.
Yeah, I just don't know what she's thinking, to be honest. Maybe it's a break she's been using on some of the outer tables. I've not seen her on any of the TV tables. Maybe these tables just breaking very, very differently. But saying that, they usually play a little bit different, don't they? A little bit faster.
Yeah, but luckily no damage done. Really, she has a bit of control here. I think she might have left a big window here. That's a bit of a mistake. She had 3 balls to hide behind, and she's left Pia a nice thin edge on this 2 ball to kind of send the white a couple of rails. Try and get it down next to that 8 ball. I think, Mark, is a good target. Get some cover behind those 4 ball, 3 ball and 9 ball potentially. Go. Good shot by Pierre. Jump cues coming back out, Mark.
Well, let's have a second look at this technique here. You're looking at the piston, looking for the piston action, I should say. A little bit of nice loose grip on the butt of the jump cue. Only the forearm should move. You shouldn't be dropping the elbow at all on this shot. So let's see if it was just a one-off mistake, Graham, or whether it's kind of part of her technique which she uses. Let's see if we can keep an eye on the back arm this time. Doesn't want to drop that elbow Yeah, did the same again. You see that? Exactly the same. I think it's something she needs to work on, to be honest.
Yeah, it is a very big skill, Mark. I can't criticise because I can't jump for toffee. So I think it's a very tough thing, and a lot of these professionals and top players make jumping the ball look extremely easy. Don't know if you've seen the highlight reel from Mario here. I commentated on his match, and he jumped about 5 or 6 balls against Ralph Souquet, I think it was. He had a highlight reel for himself shared on social media. It was incredible, but it's a tough thing. She's got plenty of time. Is that a 3-9 combo coming here, Mark, maybe?
I think it is. I think it is. That's what she's played for. Didn't have any attempt to try and move it. Yeah, it's dead set. Look at this. Just hit slightly to the left as she looks on the 3 ball. Just slightly. Wow. It wobbled in, but it's in. And now a little bit of a gap opening up, Graham. 5-2.
Yeah, definitely. I think what was interesting there is before that jump shot was played, the 3-9 combination wasn't really on. But when that 7 ball came round, it just bumped into those balls and left the combination a bit more makeable. But yeah, gap is opening up, and we'll see again this break. It's interesting because obviously she's had pretty much a legal break on every break. I don't know, maybe not everybody can put loads more power into the break, but she might need to try something else if it keeps happening, at least in this match.
Ina Kaplan and Katerina Vevelovska shared the next 2 racks. It's now 6-3 to the German in that one. So Ina Kaplan on course to do what she did in the European Championships. Got to 2 finals, straight ball and the 9 ball, I believe. Well, this is better. This is better. Look at that. Ball down, 3-point rule made, and a nice shot on the 2, Graham.
Yeah, what do we know? Maybe the soft break is the way. Maybe you've just got to catch them in a certain way. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, Mark. That's not a bad outcome. She has got a bit of a shot to play on this 2 ball, though. The 3 does go on the bottom left. The 9 ball is a little bit of a block, as she might have to take a longer, thinner 3 ball on this mark instead of drawing all the way down the table. Could be a smart option.
Oh, forgot to pot the 2. Not sure what happened there, Graham. Nor does Angelina.
Yeah, that was a bit of a brain meltdown. I think she was just in her mind concentrating so much on the cue ball to leave that 3 as easy as possible. It's just like you say, forgot about the 2. We've all done it, Mark. It's easy done. But she left it perfect for Pia, and now this is a golden chance. 5 ball must pass the 6, I would think. So 4-5 to 6 is very nice indeed.
The only ball I ever forget to pot is the cue ball. It always goes in. Always.
She's landed straight here, which means she's limited options going forward. Don't know if that's really possible. She might be able to force it, go 2 rails, or if she comes back she can take a longer one, but she's forcing it forward. Tells me she's got a little bit. She can just punch this off 2 rails. She's got a bit too much on it though, Mark. She needs another good shot here, if she takes it. No. Match pool. She's sensing that Angelina, I think Mark, is struggling a little bit, and she's just turning the screw. Why take any risks? Trying to see if you can put even more pressure on. Oh wow, what a great shot. What a kick in that is.
Yeah, her kicking is not in question, is it? She's shown to be very, very adept at kicking. Oh, not sure about this. Not sure about this. Well, it's turned out okay, I guess. What do you reckon about the carom on the 7, Graham?
Yeah, I think the 7's just a little bit away from the pocket. I'd probably like the 6 onto the 7 mark, if I'm honest, over the carom. It's a thin cut on the 6, but she could take the 6 on with the back of her mind that she might make them both. She's playing safe. She hasn't got it though.
Yeah, sure. A little bit surprised she didn't go a bit more aggressive there, Graham.
Yeah, I felt good things could happen. Maybe she doesn't want to push the board out. She has left this in the side, it's very tough. I think she was trying to get behind the 8-ball mark, that was her objective. But this is a pressure shot.
To be fair to her, she's got a nice lead, hasn't she? She doesn't have to take any risks. It's Angelina who's got to risk more. Now, can she get in behind this, Graham, to kick and stick it? Don't think so.
No, the 9 is definitely stopping that option. She has a thin edge as well, but that thin edge doesn't really give her any help for cover mark, so it's a tough one this. In terms of safety shot, if I'm honest, she might try to bend it. She's looking 2 rails maybe.
Yeah, 2 rail kick and stick. Has to be careful though that she doesn't scratch in the bottom corner. Come off the back of the 6. We've seen that happen before. Who can forget those 2 great shots that her husband played against Federal Gorst in the Mosconi Cup? Those 2 kick and sticks on the 7 behind the 9, just absolutely brilliant shots. But it's the thin contact, I think, Graham. I don't know what she's hoping to achieve here though. Wow, she could hit quite a bit of it. She was played the bank. She's got the triple. She's got the triple. Oh, it stayed up. Wow, it looked as if it was going in.
Yeah, it was just right at the end. Just looked like for all days it was going in, and then maybe you could see it there just going towards.
Oh, it looked as if it was in for me. Oh, don't kiss this full and hook yourself. Well, can you believe that? All the area that she had to play in, and she's caught the 8-ball. Can she kick it off the short rail? That's unbelievable, isn't it, Graham?
Yeah, I mean, can she not go short rail at the top and pot it? Just going this way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And the scratch is on here. If she doesn't catch it just right, don't scratch off the back of it. Well, now does she go for this, or does she roll in behind the 8, Graham? What would you do in this situation?
Well, I think the angle's a bit thin, Mark. If she does go for it, she'd have to either jack up and kill the cue ball or go up and down. She might even opt for a safety. Can she play it with running side and go to the right side of the table? Not sure. She's not even taking it on. Fair play. It was a tricky one to get on the 8.
Yeah, wise decision, the right one, I think, in that situation. You've seen how good this young lady kicks though. Anything can happen. Get a good hit on it. Now she's playing this with some left as well to try and spin the cue ball back over behind the 8. Oh, she's gone the other way. Oh, now a real chance for Pia to take a 4-rack lead, Graham. It's looking ominous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good safety shot. It was a hard kick shot, really. She had the right idea. I just think she hit it a bit too hard. If you were going to try and separate the balls, it was very tough indeed. Probably a little bit unfair hitting that 8 ball and hooking herself, but nonetheless, that's how it goes sometimes. And Pia is just, well, she's just grinding the match, really. She's not playing at a very high level either. I don't think she's taking many chances, Mark. She's sensing that Angelina's maybe struggling a little bit and probably doing the right thing and just capitalising on that. Why push the board out? Give her any easy racks to get her confidence up. Keep it tight.
Yeah, she's got away with too much, hasn't she, Pia, in this? The illegal breaks, the misses. Just hasn't been punished at all by Angelina, and I can only put it down to nerves, Graham. I really can. Obviously talented to reach this far, Angelina, but just coming up a little bit short. Maybe it's the occasion of reaching your first ever Eurotour final. Pia's been there before, of course.
And maybe there's also, I'm not going to say fatigue comes into play, but maybe it could be. She's been playing a lot of pool today over the last couple of days, a bit more than she's normally used to, I guess, in terms of tournaments. But yeah, I agree with you. I think the moment semi-finals, but hey, look, it's far from over. But something will need to change, I think, for Angelina to get back in this game. Pia's in full control, even if she's not playing full cylinders.
Yeah, and if she does go on to lose this particular match, you know, you only ever have one first time, right? So there's every opportunity for her to come back next time, and this won't be a new experience for us. We see the trophy in the background. Who's going to get their hands on that? 3:30 this afternoon, the final. I think maybe Pia's just nipped out of the arena, Graham.
Yeah, not sure if she took a time out or just went to the toilet, not sure.
Yeah, Inna Kaplan back at the table on the other one. Eric Hallefson is your pilot for that one. If you want to get that up on a second device and watch that one as well. I'll be commentating on the final with Eric a little bit later on. Final day. It's been a good 4 days. 215 men we had. Or 213 men, I think it was. 2 ladies in the men's open. 64 ladies in this one. And 3 Germans in the final 4. Katarina, I should say, sorry, Veselowska has got other things in mind. She wants to be in the final herself, and that will make 3 Poles we've had in the finals out of the 2 tournaments. It's pretty strong, Graham, isn't it?
Yeah, incredibly strong. I think it's normally the case. I mean, Austria is a very popular event. I'm not surprised that we have a lot of Germans in the field as well. Similar on the men's side, there's quite a few travelling. You see a lot of, I think Tim de Ruyter, one of our fellow commentators, talked about it. You see a few names popping up that maybe you've not really heard of on the big stage, but extremely dangerous players who play locally in like the Bundesliga and other big events, similar to the Polish players. And also same for the women. You see a lot of players travelling because it's close by. So yeah, very, very strong field it's been these 4 days, Mark, I have to say.
Yeah, there is Pia And there were 66 Germans in the men's open, just to clarify it. There were 5 in the last 8. But it was contested by 2 Polish. Not sure how many Poles started out, but they finished 1 and 2. Mieszko Fortunski and Wojtek Szewczak taking first and second there. Szewczak still waiting to pick up his first Eurotour. He does have a World 10 Ball Championship under his belt. Strange, isn't it? Still hasn't won a Eurotour. Shows you just how hard they are to win. Here's Pia breaking off first of her 2 breaks, looking to get on the hill with them. Where's that one ball going to finish? Oh, it's okay for a safety. Nothing much else, Graham. What do you see?
Yeah, it was a pretty okay break. Got the wing ball. Would have been nice if that one ball had followed in as well. Yeah, I think she might have maybe just a thin edge off this one. She only has the 6 ball to get cover behind. It's one of those ones, Mark, where if you don't get it perfect, the one can leak out on either side. Could leave your opponent an opportunity for a return safe. Yeah, there you see, very tough to get a hook there on those types of shots.
Very focused, isn't she? Never has any problem focusing by the look on her face. She always seems very dialed in, Graham.
Yeah, always. It's always smiles at the end, but during the match, very rarely see any joking around. Oh, this is going to come across, Mark, I think. Chance, yeah, I think that's potable.
Well, we had a poll on the chat in YouTube asking who you think is going to win. 86% of you thought Pia. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's okay. I'm surprised you didn't play that with a little bit of check side, a little bit of left hand spin there. Almost lost the cue ball past the 2 ball.
Yeah, it was running dangerous to go behind there, but it's worked out okay. Sometimes when the ball's in the pocket like this, position can be a little bit tricky. She might even opt to play a thin one, Mark, and maybe come back up for the 2 and play the 2 in the top right, because if you just try to run it to the right side of the table, that 8 ball comes into play. I mean, it's of course possible, but sometimes when they're deep in that pocket, they can just be a bit funky, can't they, Mark, when it's really deep?
Yeah, very difficult. I'd like to play this with low left and spin it out 2 rails, but she's judged that beautifully. Played it very well, didn't she? Nice angle to run off the side rail, Graham. Well, there is a possible 4-9, but I think she's got nice position to get back onto the 4 into the same pocket, so I don't think she'll consider an early 9 here. Everything in the open.
Oof, using all the pocket there, but it still dropped. And like you said, she had quite a good angle on that too. She controlled the cue ball pretty well, and yeah, one more good shot here just to get this 6-7. This is looking like another rack for Pia here. No major problems from what I can see. It's all dot to dot.
Yeah, looking very, very promising now for Pia for another final. You mentioned earlier on she's just come back from the States where she reached the final in the Soaring Eagle, losing out to Wei Tu Chen. Be looking to go one better here, Graham, and take this title.
Yeah, definitely. I think she's probably due one, if you put it that way. And obviously Yasmin is normally a big favourite, as well as some other of the top lady players. With Yasmin going out, we're definitely going to have a new Eurotour winner this tour stop, and also a new Austrian Open champion. And yeah, I think she's had such a consistent role at the moment, Mark, with, like I mentioned at the beginning, back-to-back Eurotour finals in stop 2, and looking nearly to get another one here, and Austria back-to-back potentially. So clearly she's got a good consistent flow at the moment in all events that she's playing in.
Yeah, 7-2 ahead in this one. In the Kaplan, 7-4 up on the other table, and I did just see she was at the table clearing up, so maybe she's headed to the hill. That's in a Kaplan. Certainly looking favourite over there against Katarzyna Fevelovska. Balls are set, ready for Pia to break them for the second time this visit. This will put her on the hill. That will be the target. I'll certainly put a lot of thought into that break. Has made a ball, made 3 points, but I don't think she's got much to go on the one. Graham just caught a glimpse of it, just caught the knuckle of the side pocket there, was looking to send the one ball up the other end of the table.
Yeah, if that one drops, very different story on this rack. 2 ball was sitting there. She could take this 1-3 combo if she wants to be a bit aggressive.
Yeah, she's had a look at it, so I think she's going for it, Graham. Yeah, nicely done. It's lost the cue ball though. Would have needed a bit of right hand spin on that just to widen the angle off the rail. It should have been on this one. But just the safety. Maybe in behind the 2 ball here. Send the one away.
2 ball does look quite appealing from this angle. If she can get there, put Angelina in a whole world of trouble. Still fine. Oh, is there a gap there? She might be able to get through between the balls there, Mark. Might be an edge, you know. She can probably squeeze through there. If she can get an edge, she could send the cue ball top table.
Seen that many times this tournament. Just that little window between the 2 intervening balls. We've seen it so many times. And you were right, there was that gap. Hasn't made the best of it though. She went for that, got very close, and has she left it on? I think she has. I can see a few people in the chat asking about the bracket. You can go to ProBilliardSeries.com, choose this event, and there's everything you need to know. You can also go to the Pro Billiard Series Facebook page. There's all the great highlight reels and pictures and all the good stuff, including all the links to all the stuff you need to know. So head on over to ProBilliardSeries.com, guys. That's your easiest way, the one-stop shop.
Yeah, that 1 ball was left by Pia. Angelina's played a little bit of a awkward one there, close to this 8 ball. Just makes it. Oh, wow. Just took the medicine, dropped it in, nearly wobbled. She's got plenty of options on this 6 ball. Goes in either top corner, so just depends how she wants to play this 5. Might just roll it forward, Mark, and head up towards the 6 ball in the top right corner.
Looks like she's drawing. Very confident shot. Felt okay drawing to the side rail and out. Like you, Graham, thought she was just going to drop it in, but no, likes to use a bit of pace. Nothing wrong with that. Keep the stroke consistent. How is she on this? May have to play short side though, Graham, on the 7 ball here.
Yeah, I think so. Is that a bit short though?
It is a bit short.
The cue. Yeah, this is a tester. She hasn't got the best angle. She might have to spin this. Don't know if she can reach it either. Makes it even more tricky. This is awkward.
Oh, this is very missable. This is very missable. Look at the amount of cue overhang she's got from the bridge hand. That's not good. It's not textbook. Surprised she doesn't get a extension out for a cue. Well, manages it. Doesn't want to double kiss this and get hampered. Well, it's still tough, Graham. Look at this. How would you want this to keep your opponent from getting on the hill? This is horrible.
Yeah, this is a highlight reel. If she wants to go that way, she might take the cross bank on. Maybe just as an element of safety. With cue ball coming down table. I don't think the bank is on if she does play safe off the right side. But it's a very tough shot going up and down. She might have left it.
Well, she's, yeah, got distance, but look where the 8 ball's finished.
Yeah, just hasn't really been playing probably to her top standard, has she, Mark? I think she's obviously played well throughout the tournament, but maybe this match, this moment, the balls haven't really gone her way either. It's been a bit of a scrappy affair, hasn't it? The balls haven't been super easy. There's been a lot of safeties and hooks and different things. Where's the cue ball going? It's close, Mark. Very close.
It's very close. It's okay. Well, it's still a little tricky one. Sin these missed. This reminds me the Sanjin Perlavanovic 9 ball where he'd already celebrated and went on to miss this, and it was against this young lady's husband, Joshua Filler. It was in the European Championships, wasn't it? No such mistake though from Pia. Stays focused and arrives at the hill, and also on the hill is Inna Kaplan. It looks like we're headed, guys, for an all German final that's coming up pretty soon, 3:30 local time. About an hour from now, just over. She did get away with a few things there, didn't she? It was this shot here where she played to get on that 6 ball, didn't she? She then had to run through short side, Graham, underhit it, left herself a very awkward 7 ball. Didn't get position on the 8 ball, tried a safety and left it over the pocket. So 2 breaks to save the match, but it's looking pretty dire. It's not going to be Angelina Jolie, it's going to be Angelina. A little bit miserable, I think. Yeah, same again. It's the break that's cost up. It's legal, dry. Has she got any angle on this, Graham? Just a bit, I think, hasn't she? High right.
Top this through. That 9 ball's quite big, but I think she's found a shot on it. This would be a very good shot if she can somehow draw this out and find a way to get on the 3. Obviously the 3 does go on the side, but that's incredibly difficult. Could she kind of stun it on the long rail, go on the short rail, and then go around the bottom of the 7? Don't know. It's a very tough shot. She might even play into the 7 mark and take her chances. Yeah, I didn't mind that shot.
Whatever happens here, Angelina can be very proud of her performance here. First Eurotour, reaching a semi-finals. Pretty good stuff, isn't it, Graham?
Yeah, very solid. It's all experience, and if she's just getting going on the tour, then this can only be good things. I'm sure she'll not be too hard on herself. Of course, you want to win the matches, Mark. You want to get to that final, but I'm sure if someone said to her, hey, in your first 3 events of the Eurotour, we'll give you 1 semi-final, would you take it? She'd be absolutely over the moon. So just hasn't been on form today.
Yeah, she'll be back to her studies tomorrow. I'd love to know what she's studying, actually. I reckon it's nursing or something. She looks like a very kind person, very calm. I'll have to ask Luke Riches to ask her that next time. At the moment,
one real
she's studying this kick shot, yeah. That kind of sums up the match for me. A little bit dejected, and rightly so, I'm sure. She thought and hoped that it'd be a little bit closer than it is, but she did also mention in that interview that she was feeling very, very nervous throughout her matches, even when she was ahead, and she hasn't had that luxury in this match to be ahead. But I think she has looked just a little bit nervy, Graham, but I'm sure she'll be much better next time. Looking forward to seeing her play again, because she's a great potter, really is. Great kicker as well.
Yeah, I think you've got to take everything into context. You know, if it's the first time on the tour, a lot of these players who are in the semi-finals or quarter-finals have been there and done that, so you know, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. But like we said before, it can only be good things. Now she'll experience the serious business end of a tournament. Like you said, you only do your first time is only once, so I think it would be good for her if she can keep playing these events and travelling and seeing how far she can really go, get her experience level up. But Pia is in a good spot here, and if she can cue this 5, pretty nice. I'm not sure how bad she is. One good shot here and this could be the match over.
There you see the eyes flicking from cue ball to object ball. Yeah, won't try to do too much off of this 6 ball, just a little draw shot, leave herself a longish or a mid-range 7 ball. Doesn't want to leave it too thin though. She'll want to hold for the 8 ball. So just one more shot to go, Graham, really, to secure.
Yeah, kind of where the cue ball wasn't too bad. She's going to have to kill this one. Play like a drag shot. She won't be doing anything crazy, but these drag shots can sometimes, it's not a natural shot for players to play most of the time, so she'll just kill this. Definitely wants to stay below the 9. Just dead weight. Nicely done, Mark. I think that's all she wrote. 2 rails on this 9 ball.
Yeah, we're still no nearer to knowing who Pia's opponent will be in that final at 3:30 today. Katarzyna is coming back against Ina Kaplan on the other table. 8-5 now there. This one not quite as close. 8-2. Soon to be 9-2. I think overall experience from Pia has won her this match. She hasn't played vintage Killer Filler in stages. Does look a little bit frightening though, but she's done it when she's had to. So this 9-ball to reach yet another final in the space of a week for her, and in it goes. Very well played to Pia Filler. The handshake comes. I am looking forward to seeing Angelina play again very, very soon at the next Eurotour. I hope she keeps it up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Graham Hickman and myself, Mark White, have been describing the action for you. I'm going to be with Eric Hallofsson in the final, but from Graham and myself, for now, it's see you very, very soon. Ta-da.